Welcome everyone to this series where I cast your solo queue games. Today we are looking at a player who on the champion he's playing this game averages 6 kills a game and 7 deaths. I know what you're thinking, wow, those stats are so bad. Well, let's see here, it looks like there will be a level 1 kill. But yeah, 6 kills, they take down the Draven here, he averages 6 kills a game. 7 deaths. Oh wow, those stats, they're not great. But wait a minute. This guy's not silver, he's not hardstock, he's not gold, he's not platinum. This guy is playing against the top 1% of players in this game because he's a top 1% player. So before you laugh at this guy, let's see what he can actually do because he's a high elo man. See what happens here in level 1. This is a good level 1 fight, but not many abilities available at this point. But okay guys, I'm talking about the Irelia here for red team, Set Thunder. He's already played 30 games on the champion this season, averaging as I said 6 kills, 7 deaths. But I think he will be... Okay, Twitch pretty much just ends here. Let's see, it is a 4v4 at the blue team red buff here. Twitch is already down, so is Talon. It's a 2v1 here for the blue team. And red team, they just overstay. So it ends up being a 2-for-2 overall in the level 1 here between these two teams. And I actually don't think that the red team is in a good state now because Rengar is really delayed from taking his first camp. But talking about Set Thunder again. Before we should just write this guy off, right? He's not a good Irelia player. Let's see what he can do in this lane because he's playing an Irelia into a Kayle. And yeah, Kayle does have Ignite, but Kayle as an early game champion is just very bad compared to an Irelia. Irelia is a lane bully in the early to mid game, so even though he's in a summoner spell disadvantage, I'm pretty sure that if he just stacks up his passive, get those 5 last hit with his Q before he engages onto the Kayle, I'm positive that he will take down this Kayle. And then what does an Ignite matter? If you can kill him without it, then you just have TP advantage and lane dominance. So I think it's a really bad choice of summoner spells here for Kayle, but we will have to see. Again, level 3, both top lanes have level 3 and not much has happened so far in the top lane. We had all the action at the red buff. Let's see what happens here. Oof, Rengar flashes away but is sniped by the Void with the Void spikes from Kha'Zix here. Great invade, probably also just recognizing that Rengar would be very delayed to get his first buff. Now let's see here what happens. As I said, Set Thunder, he lands his E. Doesn't matter that Kayle has the Ignite available to him. It is just an Irelia early game. It's just oppressing to play against. And I have no idea why you would ever in a diamond game as a Kayle player pick Ignite into Irelia. You're just gonna get punished now. You see, if you look at the minimap in the top lane, the blue wave looks to be frozen or at least slow pushing into Set Thunder's turret here. So he's just going to have so much pressure right now in the top lane. And can just keep on looking for these kills onto Kayle whenever she steps forward to last in these minions. But yeah, looking at the rest of the teams, as we probably should also do, it's a very snowbally game here. We have 2 very aggressive junglers, Kha'Zix and Rengar, who's, well, yeah, they're looking for this level 6. Rengar wants to have his Thrill of the Hunt available to him, and Kha'Zix wants to have the Void Assault available to him. Let's see here what happens in the bot lane. Draven gets a kill with the spinning axe. It is a 1-1. Rengar is down here, and with the leap, he gets a kill. Ooh, Kha'Zix here face plants into the wall, so it ends up being just a 1-1. I think could have gotten a kill onto the Twitch maybe if his jump wasn't just straight into the wall. But yeah, we have very snowball teams. We have both teams junglers, very hyper carry-ish with the Rengar and the Kha'Zix, just looking for these power spikes, level 6, maybe 1 item, maybe 2 items, so that you can just try and pick off these squishy members that both team has. Mid laners, a Fist of Talon, once again, very single target focused, looking for picks. Kha'Zix here diving a Twitch level 4. who is not isolated because of minions. I know I said this was a top 1% player game. Doesn't look like it so far, but okay, it is very fast paced, and usually when games are fast paced, you make mistakes, right? Because you don't have time to calculate what you want to do. But yeah, Talon Fizz mid lane. Also want to get level 6, want to get it available to the Chum the Waters as Fizz or the Shadow Assault if you are Talon, and look for these 1 versus 1, those picks. And the bot lane, probably the only lane that isn't really aggressive for red team here, because they do have a Twitch ADC. And we go away from top lane because Kha'Zix is one again getting dove. Rakan here gets the kill. I think he went in with his let's see what happens here. Oh, not the greatest jump from Talon. So Rakan actually manages to escape, and this is just a 1v1 that Draven is going to win every single day of the week. Once again, Irelia goes in with the Vanguard Sage, can already tower dive the Kayle at level. I don't think that Kayle has his level 6 yet, which meant that he didn't have his Divine Judgment available to him, his ultimate. And that just allows for an easy dive when you have the Vanguard's Edge available to you, Irelia's ultimate. And once again, why you would want to pick Ignite in this matchup, I have no idea. But I assume that maybe it was a lazy champion select from Kayle here. But yeah, last but not least, talking about the bot lane, we should probably say a lane that the red team doesn't have an aggressive lane, because they do have a Twitch and a Rakan. Doesn't synergize too good because Rakan want to play aggressive, because you do have the Grand Entrance available to you after level 6. You have the quickness also so that you can taunt. But with a Twitch, as we see here, lucky to escape right there, it's just not that much early game damage. You want to scale as Twitch, at least get one, probably a couple of items actually, before you want to look for those big team fights with your spray and pray, and just hit as many members as possible. Whereas when you play Draven, as the blue team has here, you want to fight all the time, because you are the strongest marksman in the game with your spinning max, at least early game with your spinning max, and also a pretty good level 6-5 when you have the Whirling Death available to you. So then you could say Draven Soraka, probably not the best synergy, could be better. I think in the perfect world, Draven is paired up with the Rakan, and maybe Twitch is paired up with this Soraka for a slow laning phase. But okay, we'll have to see. Right now it's not looking too good for red team bot lane here. Twitch is down 20 CS, also down a kill to the Draven. And Draven should be allowed to just do this all the time, as we just saw, where he just walk up. See here, Fizz goes in with his Chump the Waters. Will he? Doesn't need the gap closer right now. Goes in with the Playful Trickster. Also, Rengar was there with his Thrill of the Hunt. Will go down here to Kha'Zix. So it's a 1-for-1. But yeah, very aggressive again. Let's see here if Kha'Zix can get a kill, but Fizz jumps away with the Playful Trickster. Sonya's under the turret takes down Kha'Zix, and that's just an outplay here. That's where we see why this is a high diamond game. Great play from Fizz there, really utilizing the Playful Trickster, baiting the Kha'Zix into or under his own turret, thinking, or maybe giving the Kha'Zix the impression that he has isolated his opponent, just popping his stopwatch and getting a free kill. Once again, game is looking rough for Kayle. 0-3. Did have the Ignite available to him, but I mean, what can he do with it? Wasn't like I really wasn't low at all. So yeah, see in the mid lane, Talon pops the Noxy and Diplomacy, but not much you can do here. And the two solo lanes from red team is looking pretty strong in this game. And Fizz can just keep on doing this. Whenever Talon uses his Q, his Noxian Diplomacy. Fizz can just use his Playful Trickster on top of Talon, then dodging the Talon Q and dealing damage onto Talon. It's a very rough matchup here for Talon. I actually think, especially if Fizz lands his Chum the Waters. See here that it is a 4-man gank in the bot lane, misses to Jump the Waters onto Soraka, goes in with the Playful Trickster under the turret. It is a 1-for-0 so far. And they will not kill the Draven. But a great roam from the red team mid laner and the red team jungler. They take down the blue team support Soraka here, and they should also get the first Drake of the game. It is a 2k goalie, 1.5k at this point in the game. And if you're blue team at this point, you're looking at your carry. It's the Kha'Zix and it's a Draven. So you're still in this game 100%. Let's see what happens here. Talon flashes on top of the Fizz. They do get the kill. I also think they will get the first turret here. They do get the first turret with the help of the Herald here. Let's see. Rakan flashes in with the Grand Entrance and the quickness on top of Talon. It trades a 1-for-1 here in the mid lane, but they do lose the first turret of the game, and the gold lead is now completely even. Blue team is even in front with a couple hundred gold. Nothing that really matters at this point. But a great play from the blue team jungler, just lurking around the two mid laners here, because he's probably seen that they fight all the time. This Fizz is playing very confidently. And that's something you can punish when his jungler is not there to help him, which they did here. Let's see, really maybe looking for a dive here. Could be. There's always the opportunity to use the Vanguard's Edge and dive the Kayle. But yeah, then again, we have to remember, you have to be careful when you are playing Irelia against Kayle at this point of the game, because you have 3 kills right now. You have won the lane. Seth Thunder here doing a great job in laning phase, already up 30 CS also. So the only thing you cannot do is try and dive a Kayle and get baited because of her divine judgment, right? So instead, just force the ultimate and backs up in top lane. But let's see here. Looks like Soraka will go down to Twitch. What about Raven here? Will he escape once again? Rengar has popped through the hunt, is under the tier 2 turret here, takes down Draven. What about Kha'Zix? Will he get a return kill? He will not. Seth knows right now that Kayle doesn't have the ultimate available to her. Will he go in with the Q? He does go in, flashes away from the turret, but is still taken down with the Ignite. However, it is only a 1 or 150 gold shutdown given over to Kayle here. Instead, Fizz has great priority, roam down to the bot lane before, hits Talon with the Chum the Waters and takes him down. What about Rakan here goes down, but Fizz trades with another kill here. So looking to be a pretty big mid gap in this game. Also top lane doing a really good job, but at this point of the game, 13.5 minutes, top lane just doesn't have that much impact on the rest of the map. However, Fizz doing a really good job. 5-1-4, or 5-1-5, I should rather say at this point. Does also have the Dark Seal. Could maybe be looking for a early Magias to get those AP stats rolling. Right now, there's no one from the side of blue team that can contest this Fizz right now. So what you want to do as Fizz, you just want to keep pushing in your wave, because you have the pressure in the mid lane. Talon cannot contest you at this point. And then you want to look for side lanes. Maybe you want to look for Kha'Zix inside of his jungles if you can find him. But yeah, we see on the minimap Fizz here looking to take down the Scuttle. I think he can turn, but doesn't do so. Will he go down or will he escape? Let's see what happens here. I think he escaped with a slimmer of health. Talon here, however, did once again. 2 Seth Thunder, also 5-2 at this point. Oh, Twitch here is a bit caught out by the Draven, has to flash away from the Whirling Death. But what about Rakan here? Uses Grand Entrance to escape, and with the help of the Guardian, doesn't go down to Draven and his Spinning Axe. Oh, he really wants those 2 kills. That's a kind of feels bad, man, for Draven here. So close to getting a free double kill. But the red team bottom, they play it safe. Twitchy with Spray and Pray, looking for a kill onto Soraka. Don't think he will get one. But here is Draven, and he will maybe get his double kill here. Let's see, it is a 1-for-1. Twitch takes down Draven, but Draven also takes down Twitch. A 1-for-1 between the two AD carries here. Not quite sure how red team actually managed to make it a 1-for-1, but Fizz is here once again, lands a Chill the Waters onto Soraka, will take it down with the playful Trickster on top of her, and should manage to escape this turret safe. Rengar winning the 1 versus 1 against the Kha'Zix. Not much to say here. Fizz takes down the first spot turret of the game, and we see that blue team right now, they have the objective bounties available to them. So it is, and that's because it is a 3k gold lead at this point in the game. It is pretty significant, especially when you play against the champions that you do with a Fizz and a Rengar, these very pick-oriented champions. You could even argue that Twitch, if he gets the right angle right now, is also a very strong champion. See, Talon tries to assassinate Rengar with his Shadow Assault, but doesn't manage to do so, and I think it speaks volumes about the strength of the blue team mid lane right here. Also pop the Ignite, only managed to take the Rengar down to half of his HP. But yeah, red team here looking for the 3rd break of the game, going on Soul Point. Only 16.5 minutes into the game, and things are looking great here. What about Fizz? Does land to Chill the Waters? Doesn't do so. But yeah, things looking great here for red team. They have double the kills. They have a 4k gold lead, and they have 3 drakes to their name. Also, they just have a great pick comp. So when you get this, you want to try and get this last mid lane, or this first, I should rather say, this last tier 1 mid lane turret down. Because when you get that turret down, you can start invading the enemy the enemy jungle all the time. You want to place down vision, and then just want to look for picks every time the people try and rotate or go to the lane, because you have a full pick come here. We see once again Talon just goes down because he oversteps a bit too far. Imagine if you take down the mid turret and you could just lurk inside of the jungle, because the red team here is a full pick count. Every single one of these champs want to look for picks. So you want to get that vision up in the enemy team jungle, and you want to do it right now. You want to take down the mid turret first, obviously, as they do here. They group 4 members, and now you want to start to look for vision. Obviously, you want to look for a lot of the vision in the bot side here, because you want to prep the Drake that is going to spawn in. I think it's still 4 minutes, right? But if you can just keep the vision line up, a great vision line up, it should do wonders and allows you to get a couple of picks. But they take down 2 mid turrets here. They also get the last charge of the Herald. Let's see what happens here in the top lane. Can Kayle actually do something here against Rengar? Flashes on top of him. Ooh, also the ward instead of Rengar, and he actually manages to escape. And now Kayle is left without a turret against 3 members of the red team here. However, Rengar is low. Let's see if he can do anything here. I think it should be a easy kill for Twitch and Rakan, because Kayle doesn't have her Divine Judgment available to her. Twitch lands the Poison Cask, and Rengar deals damage, holy moly, with the Thrill of the Hunt. And here's Talon once again at this point. At this point, honestly, just running it down. I mean, this is a Diamond 2 game, needs 1-7 in 19 minutes. Probably not how you want to play. Here, reset. And Verde may be looking to kill Kha'Zix here, but decides to back off. Probably a wise decision. See in the middle lane, Twitch goes in with his invest, probably popped his brain prey also. He didn't do so. It's rooted by Soraka here. And probably not the best idea is just group mid lane a lot of members. Again, you want to look for these angles inside the jungle whenever the blue team want to try and rotate between these lanes. So just keep the lanes pushed, but never stay in the lane. take away the jungle, look for these pressure points in the dark spots of the map for blue team here. But yeah, red team still looking in a very comfortable spot with a 5-6k gold lead, taking away all the jungle camps. It sucks to play Kha'Zix at this point because you've actually played a pretty decent game, but you're just not going to get any more camps. Let's see what happens here. Irelia goes in with the Vanguard's Edge, gets one kill onto Kayle. Will he get a trade kill? He will not. Talon actually gets a kill here. So another 150 gold shutdown. And I think, well, Seth has played a really good game on this Irelia. Actually, I think he's played a fantastic game, really showcasing why he is a good Irelia player and why his stats is not completely accurate. But I also think he's been a bit lucky about this shutdown. He's given a couple of stupid deaths now under the enemy turret. The first one he gave in a 1v1 to Kayle in lane, and then the second one he gave right there. He's been lucky that he's only had 150 gold shutdowns on him. Because I think he was strong enough that the shutdowns could have been bigger, but the shutdown system from Riot Games is pretty weird if you ask me. But okay, yeah, you see here Rengar dies, gives over a 400 gold shutdown, just a weird play. Once again, Fizz here looking for a pick. Wow, and one-shots Kha'Zix without the help of Chum the Waters, lands the Chum the Waters onto Talon, actually knocks him out of his jump over the wall, so he doesn't have that available to him. It is a 1-for-1 so far, but nothing will happen more than that. And red team here, they should be looking for this this fourth rig of the game, the Mountain Soul. Oof. Rakan assassinated again by Talon. Talon, who have flamed for being 1-7, he has suddenly got 3 kills out of nowhere, so it's a 4-7 Talon now instead of a 1-7. Maybe looking for a comeback in this game. It's still a 5k goal lead, so still a very tough game for blue team here. But if they can get a shutdown onto the Fizz, maybe also get the shutdown onto Twitch, take away some of the Magi stacks that Fizz has, there is a possibility. However, Talon then once again tries to assassinate Twitch, flashes on top of him, but ends up going down because help was there to help out Twitch. And they will get the soul here, the Mountain Soul for red team. 28 kills, 23 minutes into the game. They have the soul, and now you just want to look to end this game, right? You want to pressure the Baron right now, force blue team to face check their top side jungle, and then you just want to look for picks. You just want to look for all the picks you can. Keep mid and top lane pushed in right now. Maybe you can keep Irelia in the bot lane. I don't think you need to. You could group with Irelia, but you can also just keep her in the bot lane here, as long as you make sure that she has great vision so that she can back off whenever blue team will send members to answer her push. But yes, we see right now red team, they clear out the vision, they clear away the vision from blue team here that's in their own top side jungle. Oh yeah, and I totally forgot that red team had already taken the Baron. So I guess at this point you're just prepping the next Baron, because that's the next major objective that you have. The mission is still the same, but the problem with red team here without the Baron buff is that they do not have great push. But then again, you could say blue team also doesn't have great wave clear, so you can still look to push these waves and honestly just dive as long as you get a good angle, a good Chum the Waters onto an enemy carry. Let's see here, talking about Chum the Waters, misses onto Kayle, pops the Divine Judgment, flashes on top of Rengar, will go down, trade a 1-for-1. I actually think that Kayle could have survived, but flashes after the kill instead, gets a kill onto Rengar also, so I think it's worth for Kayle. Obviously just looking for a level 16, get that insane power spike available to her, because that could spell a comeback story for blue team here. Seth alone here in the bot lane, looks like it will go down. And that is just a problem when you play against, or when you get ganked by 4 members. So let's see. Twitch also tries to assassinate with the spray and pray, is taken down by Talon. That's another shutdown onto the Talon. Going from 1 and 7 to 5 and 8 right here, and things looking pretty great for Talon after he went 1 and 7 in the early game. So let's see if he can complete this comeback story, maybe even get an even score going 8 and 8. It is a possibility. Once again, Fizz misses to jump the waters, will still take down Kale, doesn't have the Divine Judgment available to her at the moment. So there's a kill, and it is how many stacks? 19 Magi stacks onto this Fizz. I think that's how, if blue team want to get back into this game, they have to get a pick onto this Fizz, because he's just so strong right now. And how do you do? Because you how do you get this pick? Because you have no CC. I mean, I think what you can try and look to do is maybe force the rocket to silence Fizz, and then you have to blow. You just have to pop him, I should rather say. But yeah, it's looking, as long as this Fizz is alive, it's looking rough for red team here. Wow, okay. Ringa also showcases that he is a threat, completely one-shot this Talon here. Didn't even have to pop his Threat of the Hunt. And Seth looking for a pick onto Kha'Zix here, doesn't manage to get it. However, Twitch and Rakan is there to help, and the Grand Entrance together with Twitch ensures that they take down the blue team jungle. And Baron is just about to spawn here in a couple of seconds, so again you can look for or you probably should look for a insta Baron here whenever it spawns. Or you could look for a couple of picks whenever blue team will try and contest. We'll have to see. It looks like it will be an uncontested Baron here for red team. Yeah, blue team, they're just too afraid to contest. And it's completely understandable, because you cannot just walk into this top side jungle against this team, so you have to give the Baron. And it sucks, because now red team, they can just threaten a dive and then they can end the game. But we'll have to see what they do. They push down the tier 2 top turret here. And let's see if they will look for a dive. I think they should engage with a jump the waters and didn't just go for a dive. Let's see here, jump the waters lands onto Soraka, forces the Divine Judgment out from Kale here. And now the only way you have to start the gank is with either Thrill of the Hunt or the quickness from Rakan. However, Zed is left alone in the bot lane, gets a free inhibitor. Lands his E onto Draven, but cleverly backs off. I guess he will lose the 1 versus 4. See, meanwhile, they take down the top lane inhibitor also. They have also taken down the mid lane. It is 3 innings for red team here. Rakan goes in with the quickness. That the 3 main Vanguard stage also from Irelia. They just wipe the blue team here, and they take the game in 28.5 minutes with 35 kills and a 12k gold lead. Seth Thunder, he showcases why his Irelia should be taken serious and not just looked at as a stat with his 6 kills, 7 deaths a game. So yeah, Seth, thank you so much for letting me cast your game. And if you're watching this and you want me to cast your game, feel free to comment. And yeah, otherwise, see ya.